From the Ticats Audio Network, this is Tiger Cats Game Day with Courtney Stephen and Simoni Lawrence.
Welcome to Tiger Cats Game Day on the Ticats Audio Network. It is Saturday, September the 14th. It is Hall of Fame Day, 3 o'clock Eastern is the kickoff time. The first Ticats game on CTV, a whole lot popping in Hamilton, and I am here with the one and only 21 Simoni Lawrence. How are you feeling on this beautiful afternoon?
As we like to say in the corporate world, I feel slightly above great. You feel me? It's a great day to be Simoni Lawrence and Courtney Stevens because we get to talk about some Hamilton red hot Tiger Cat Toronto. You can't see us football. You know what I'm saying?
Still riding high off the Labor Day Classic victory, fresh off a bye week, fresh legs.
What? Hey, Courtney, we got to tell them though, bro. When you win a game like that against Toronto, you know how much we hate Toronto, and it was a big packed house on Labor Day. The TSN crew was next to me. For everybody want to know what they were saying, it's like, I can't believe how loud this crowd is. This is the most amazing crowd I've ever heard in my whole entire life. And this is coming for the people that don't really like me putting us on, but they was loving y'all, Hamilton. They was like, this is must-see TV. Courtney, so much must-see TV, they back again this week. Ooh. So Hamilton, give them what they want. TSN is on the field. They trying to, you know what I mean? They love it, yo. They can't get enough of it, you know? Hall of Fame could be something, but the team getting that win, Courtney, and going into bye week, everything feel better, yo.
That's it.
You give your mom a hug, that hug feel way better than a loser hug.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You go out to dinner with your girl, that dinner feel way better than a loser dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like these boys is catching W's, yo, and getting to feel good about it.
Yeah, and trying to keep the good times rolling coming into this one. It's a big game, a divisional game with an Ottawa team that earlier in the season, you know, the Ticats, they fought out some battles with Ottawa, but Ottawa squeaked a couple out earlier this year, but Ticats are back to get what they feel is theirs. And today it's going to be a great matchup. You got one of the better receivers in the league in Hardy, and you got the lead-in passer in the league in Bo Levi Mitchell. There's lots of storylines to dive into, but this one is going to be exciting. It's the last Saturday afternoon game at Tim Hortons Field, so it's kind of feels like they're wrapping up the summer. I know it's already September, but it feels like this is the last squeezing the last bit of summer out of football right now. So it's gonna be a beautiful day.
Yeah, that's gangster. Look, Courtney, this is about to be a beautiful thing. But you over here talking about we got Bo Levi, we obviously got Tim Red Hot White playing football, we got Hardy playing football. But let's be real, yo. This is one of those games where if you're a coach football, if you evaluate football, this is what you're looking at right now, because it's one of those games where Tommy Condell was a Hamilton Tiger Cat and he was the offensive coordinator, and now he was let go last year, and now he is in Ottawa, and now he's the offensive coordinator there. This is an opportunity for him to step on something. And let me tell y'all something about these coaches. We always talk about these players. These coaches got a little get back in them too, you know what I mean? So if they could get up the score up to 60, best believe Tommy Condell will try to do that. And then Chris Jones looking at him like, boy, I'll step on you if you try to ruin this thing I got going right now. This thing is a 360 backflip and all that. I got this thing going right now. I don't care how mad you are, Tommy Condell. I'm stepping on that. You ain't going nowhere. And then you got legendary Sean Berkey. I can't say nothing bad about Sean Berkey because Sean Berkey one of them guys where he know how to take care of the stars, you know. I'm a Sean Berkey fan, but he gets to come in here and show that roster that he's built into a very competitive team. And when I say so much of a very competitive team, a very competitive young team, the thing about them good boys over there, they run and they hit. I feel like Sean Berkey is like showing them tape of Simoni Lawrence and just be like, yo, this is how I need you to play football. This is how I need you to act. That's just what it looked like over there. But the Hamilton Tiger Cats, Courtney, that, bro, Bo Levi to Tim White. Did we call that all day or what?
There were some things that we spoke about on the show before the last game that came to fruition. We talked about a whole lot of things. That's why if you're tuned in right now, you're going to be ahead of your peers, one step in front of everybody else who's just watching the game, coming in naked. You don't have any preparation if you're not listening to Tiger Cats Game Day. So hold on. I want to go back to one thing you mentioned. You're talking about, you know, people coming into a game with a chip on their shoulder, and that the chip might just be with the coaches in this one. So if I'm a coach and I'm coming into a big game, it's a divisional game. These ones tend to count for two almost, because in the standings, it's the person in front of you is not getting a win and you are getting a win. But the personal side of it, that you want to prove something, do you call the game differently? Do you stray away from the strategy that you've been using all year to do something different and make a point, or how do you play this if you're the coach?
Listen, let me tell you how coaches' egos work. They trying to let you know that they just banged on you. You know what I'm saying? You want to say, "Oh my gosh, that was a good play call," not the catch a screen, juke 10 people. Like, that's just a player making a play. You're like, oh my gosh, how was he so wide open type of stuff? You know what I mean? So that's where Tommy going to be trying to come in. And it's not just Tommy, guys. Don't forget Jeremiah Masoli's football mind. He got one of the best football minds in the game. And, you know, like, I could see him working well with the quarterbacks that's in front of him, being more of a mentor, because he's a guy that can still start and play at an extremely high level, as we've seen earlier in the season. So having him in that quarterback room is tremendous, and that's another person that will want some get back. And I'm telling you, and then you got Malden over there, plays defense. He would want some get back. You got Ackland. He would want some get back. Like, these was my favorite kind of games, because it was like, yeah, I used to love you, but it don't matter right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not about to take my food. I don't care how mad you is. Tuck that thing in your uniform, little. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, these are that type of games, yo.
Yeah,
I
and
love these games.
It's going to be a good game, and I think Drew Brown, you spoke to it. He's a starting quarterback for the Ottawa Redblacks, and he's been having a career year for himself. Been in the league. This is his fourth season, but really this is the season where he's the guy. And, you know, he's got 11 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. He's got just under 3,000 yards coming into this one, and he's managed to get Justin Hardy to be the second leading receiver in the league. So he has a key target that he likes going to, along with Dominique Grimes and a couple of other guys. You mentioned Jalen Ackland. So they got weapons over there. And the thing with the numbers is saying is that they know how to find them. So what's the key to slowing down this offense that's probably going to be testing the Ticats discipline? You said we gave out some gems. I think it's a gem that the Ticats discipline is going to be tested, meaning do they keep their eyes on their guy? Do they stay in the responsibilities all the way through the play? What's the key to shutting down this Ottawa offense that can be explosive?
Easy. So look, they just lost their running back. They believe in their culture so much. If you act up, you going back home to America. You know what I'm saying? So they lost a real linebacker. And my dog Courtney told me before the show that he was fourth in the league rushing the ball. So that's how high character value they pumping it out over there. So listen, to stop a team like this, it's going to be, you got to group your guys up. Who is who and who can do what? Hardy, this is what I'm thinking. If it's not a screen pass, he's taking the top off. That's just what my brain is telling me he's doing. Okay, now you got Rhymes. Okay, he's going to catch the quick intermediate, quick outs, and the dig patterns. So, like, maybe if I'm playing safety and I see Rhymes at number 2, I'm going to jump that dig, because I'm not worried about him running past me. And then the diamond in the rough over there is Ackland. That's a guy that can do the digs and take it deep. So you got to play him honest. You got to know everybody's strengths, everybody's weaknesses, where you can win and where you can possibly lose. And you got to stay away from the places you can possibly lose. These guys got, like you said, they got to be extremely disciplined with their eyes and handle that. Yeah, it's going to be a good game, and it's going to be a good game to see, like, the growth of the Hamilton Tiger Cats defense, because yes, they can play football, and like, this is going to be a game where it's like they're going to test their eyes. They're going to have things in motion. They're going to have guys switching, going from 2 to 3 strong. They're going to try to confuse them with motion, because that's what Tommy likes to do. They're also going to try to find any kind of mismatch. And in the shell defense that Ticats really play, there ain't no really mismatch. All you got to do is come up and make a play.
Keep everything in front of you. It seems that's the type of defense they've been playing. If it's not exactly man to man, and when they're running the pressure, it's let's keep everything in front and live to fight another down. And it seems like over the last couple games since Chris Jones has been there, that's been working. They've had more turnovers playing top down, and they've been getting some pressure on the quarterback, making them hold the ball, pump it in the pocket instead of letting it go on time. So we'll see if the Ticats can keep that up on the defensive side. But let's talk more about the Ticats on the offensive side. You got Bo Levi Mitchell. You got Powell back from injury at that second spot. And then you got 1-for-1 Tualia Tagovailoa at the third spot. So what's
bars, Corey?
Talk to me
how we go from who is our quarterback to who is our quarterback. That's a bar. Yo, we went from who is our quarterback to who is our quarterback. Like, you feel me? I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so lit, dog. I'm sitting here watching our offense. First of all, we already called it. It was like, Tim White's gonna have the best game. It's
6 catches, 180 yards.
Just the, you know what I mean? Like, there's levels to this stuff. I was telling my homegirl the other day, right? And I was just like, you got to understand, for like when you keep leveling up in football, somebody's great game might just be a good game for you. And that's the level Tim's at right now. And I try to tell him that, like, you got to relax, because you got to remember the standard's the standard. 6 catches, 180, that's what we're used to seeing. Like, so now it's like when you get 3 catches for 85 yards and a touchdown, that's a great game for some, but the standard's the standard. And like, I just had to like let him see who he really is, you know what I mean? So he can see like why it looks like that sometimes or sounds like that. And man, I can't say enough about my guy Bell. Like, I'm so proud of him, Like, he's one of those football players where, he just came a step, like he stepped. Like, there's a lot of noise about this and about that, but me being a professional football player for a very long time at the highest level you could possibly think about, Bell's a different, special kid. Extremely special. The kid averaged a first down every time he touched the ball, pretty much. Yeah. I'm trying to tell you the kind of production that he's given the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and like, it's just unmatched. Like, we found one, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
he's very good. I mean, he's explosive. His change of direction is great. He's a bigger guy. He's about 6 feet tall too. So to be able to move like that in a small area and then burst in.
Me when I was saying that was little Reggie Bush in training camp. I'm like, that's little Reggie Bush right there.
It's not too much little about a 6-foot running back, but that dude, he's getting out there on the edge. He's making arm tacklers look like they weren't really there, and definitely punishing
on that man.
Yeah, there's times he should have gone down, but he's getting an extra 5 yards just off heart. Just keep sticking his feet in the ground. The motor doesn't die.
And Bo really trusts him, because too many times, all right, so if Bo Levi, he likes the deep ball. Like, if it's second and 10, he's trying to throw for the first down. He is trusting Bell so much, he's dumping it up at 4, and he's letting Bell do the rest.
You don't...
Bring that down, baby.
Yeah. You know what? But that is the thing that a great quarterback does, is that he gets the ball to people quickly in space rather than trying to get all of the yards in the air, like you mentioned. And, talk about getting the yards in the air. Tim White, he's a top 5 receiver in the league in yards.
Tim White? Talking about Tim White?
And then Shamar Bridges. Shamar Bridges is 3rd in the league in receptions. So he's really tied for 2nd. So you got a lot of different guys who are threats.
But that's the game. What we've been saying, we know. So all that tells you is he's our possession guy. That's our big play guy. Mm-hmm. Let's play football. And then don't think because our Canadians, they come out and you don't know who's going to be the star. It might be Brandon Olariarn this week. And Keandre could resurface.
Keandre, 47 catches for 562 yards.
That boy, he can pop off at any time. He's due for one. He's really due for one. So this is going to be my favorite game of the week. I'm obviously going to watch this Toronto and BC game. Hope BC put it on them.
Toronto and BC played last night.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Dang, I missed that. See how much I care about Toronto? Suckers. That was a setup, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You know what they say? We focus on what we can control. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Attitude of
that's the most important thing. So, another factor in this game is something I'm excited about. You know, we had Smoke Harris. We had a couple other people step up in lieu of my dog being out with the injury. But you're getting Lawrence Woods the third back to return on the kick return and punt return duties. And one change from the game when we played Ottawa the last time is that Devontae Dedmon is on the 6-game injured list for Ottawa. So there's a big play returner coming back for Hamilton and a big play returner absent for Ottawa. Can the kicking game be a deciding factor in this one?
The kicking game going to be a deciding factor just off the strength that I think the game's going to start off a lot slower than we may think. I think that both offenses are going to be like, oh, we got to score points. And like the defenses are preparing extremely hard. In games like this, the defense tends to win when they're locked in more. So I think this could be like a lower scoring game where the kickers are going to play a big factor, because most of these teams in these kind of games, they're like, yo, keep everything in front. If you see Tim White, you just run deeper than him. I don't care where he catches. And then it's going to be the same thing on our side. Just keep everything in front. Let's let these kickers kick in this wind and see what happens, you know? Like, that's just like my tempo of the game. That's how I would see it. That's how I would call it too as well. So like, yo, just keep everything in front and like, let's make them methodically drive the ball and see who makes a mistake first. And that's the reason I give this game to the Hamilton Tiger Cats, because we have the edge of the more dynamic players that can make plays in space. This is going to be a game where Bell is going to get his carries, and as you can see, the guy was averaging freaking 8 yards a rush, 9 yards a catch. That's going to make play action play a big fact. I think we have the better running game, so we're going to be able to open up our passing game. So I do think we have the edge, Hamilton Tiger Cats. Dang, I felt like one of them boys in the booth or something.
Let me introduce you to the broadcast. No, you know what is there's a lot of factors in every single game. So, you know, we try to just highlight the ones to look out for. I think Lawrence was a third, maybe changing field position. Even if he doesn't score on a return, he has the ability. And, you know, since the change in the special teams coaching for the Ticats, I think their special teams has been significantly impacting games in a positive way, whether it be blocked punts or it's just big chunk yards on the returns. I think this game there's an opportunity there, because you know on the other side, Lewis Ward, he can hit a clutch kick.
That's who I was
he's
thinking
called
about.
on. If he's called on, you don't want to have it
96.
where he's got the game in his hands, because that's a tough draw.
And to your point, you're absolutely right. Because I mean, I can't say that, because my little homie Legs been kicking right too. I put Legs up against Lewis, yo.
I would like that. I would like that.
I like Legs against Lewis. And so I think yo, if Legs might get a couple draws out on Lewis that game, and you know what? We're better in the return game. Let's just be like, we're better in the return game right now.
Okay.
So
okay.
We should.
So let me ask you this. First, you flip the coin, boom, we win the toss. What are you doing? Are you kicking, receiving, deferring? Well, obviously you probably defer, but
all our Spotify listeners, what I'm doing right now is I'm grabbing a piece of grass off the floor or something, ripped it out, and I'm throwing it in the air, and I'm seeing which way it goes. I don't care about the ball. I don't care about none of that. I want the wind going with me in the fourth quarter, because this is going to be a close game. I don't care about who get the ball first, as long as I got the wind in the fourth quarter. Everybody needs to tune into the podcast. If Argos would have tuned into the podcast, Chad Kelly would have threw the ball against the wind to get it picked off the first play of the game. I'm like, bro, you know what you playing at? What are you doing right now?
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it's not even about, it's the ball right now. We need to get the win. We want to have the advantage of the win in the fourth quarter, so we can push a drive if we need to, kick a field goal if we need to, and just be able to play regular football if we need to, Court.
Wow, this guy, that's a gem right there. And you know what? You share that with your friends when you're sitting in the stands and you're like, oh, you smart. you know football. Awesome. So, we talked about defense, offense, special teams. What's it going to take for the Ticats to win this game, and keep the good times rolling? Because they got a dub last time they asked. They said, how'd that game go? And they say, hey, Mom, we won. You said the hugs were warmer, the drinks were colder.
Yeah.
How do they keep this win train going? What's it going to take?
They have to play, you know what I'm saying? To win this game, this is one of those games where Bell has a game. Bell has to open up this game for the team, because I feel like this game's going to start off a little slow, might get a couple two and up, but Bell is the guy that keeps the pace of the game, the pace of his runs, the pace of his catches. He's exciting. He keeps the pace of the game. Even like, I call him a momentum shifter, an easy momentum shifter. Like, Ottawa can go and score 3 points. You give the ball to Bell, he shakes a couple people, 20-yard burst, boom, momentum back on the side that fast. And he's going to be the guy to open up the game. And then on defense, we just got to keep everything in front of us. Let them drive don't let them drive the ball down the field on us, but make them try to drive the ball down the field on us. And let's just play football like that. Let's not give up no big plays. We don't want Jalen Acklin doing no bow and arrows, none of that, because the thing about football, you need to understand, him, Jalen Acklin, and Tommy was talking all week like, this is the play we're going to get him on, just to give him the little 1-2, ha. I go up to Jalen and be like, hey, Jalen, bro, you all right? All right, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Because we know, like, that's who you want as a coordinator to embarrass the team, Like, it's just psychology war in football. This shit's regular.
It's psychology. It's football. It's psychology and football. It's a mind game. It's one big mind game. And there's going to be a big mind game going down at Tim Hortons Field, 3 o'clock Eastern time. If you're on the Eastern time zone, make sure you tune in. If you can't be at the stadium, I don't know where else you would be. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon in the Hammer. But this game's also on CTV. So tune in to Canada's largest TV station. And
hey, I'm pretty for CTV too. What y'all say?
Yeah, that boy's ready. He's all lotioned up and everything. He brushed his teeth twice. And if you ain't gonna watch, you ain't gonna be there, then make sure you tune in to the Ticats Audio Network, ticats.ca/listen. Sim, talk to me.
Wait. After the game, we could watch a movie, like on the big screen. After we beat Ottawa, we could bring all the kids on the football field. We bring in the whole community in there, like, yo, movie on us. Don't even trip, yo. Bring your popcorn, bring your blankets, bring your chairs, whatever you want to do. We're going to put something on the big board and we can watch a movie together after the game. You can't get this kind of entertainment nowhere else, y'all. We take care of everybody, yo. We feed the streets.
Come on, come down to Tim Hortons Field. It's Hamilton's living room. And after the game, even if you didn't come to the game, you can still come watch the movie on the field. Bring the kids out. It's a great day for the family, as always, at Tim Hortons
Courtney
Field.
Out there signing autographs for everybody. Go find them.
Come on, man. We're going to be there live and direct, straight from the donut box, all right? 3 o'clock Eastern. Thanks for tuning in, man. You got to always remember, life gets stressful sometimes, but it don't matter, though. No matter which way you flip it, Sim, tell them what.
That bread this is a $2 bill for Jamal Peters. You gotta have a big game. I don't care what's going on. You better bring your behind out there. It's a $2 bill. Life is like a sandwich. Whichever way you flip it, the bread come first. Oh, my bad.
All right. Peace. Till next time. Have a great game day.
Tiger Cats Game Day with Courtney Stephen and Simoni Lawrence. Like, follow, and be game day ready.